Hello my lovely spectators, Dee Dee here, and welcome back to my studio where we're mask making in March 2026. So, again, mask making, to me, you need to make like 10 or more things, but also it could be how to strategize to make multiple things out of one paper. So, I've been making journals, both the grungy and the dingy, and the, not dingy in that way, the grungy and the grunge, and then also the lighthearted and the fun from Little Golden Books. And that one is where I've just dabbled into that, and I've been needing to make things. Sorry. Every video, you know what it is? Because I move my chair, and when I start going, and then it's like, boom, avalanche. All right, so we need to make pockets, right, for our things. And this is some cardstock. So I have one that's kind of like light and airy, what I would use for like a Little Golden Book or kids or something bright and fun. It is a single-sided, it's cardstock. Probably, I don't even know where it's from, honestly, right? So, and then the other one is a little bit more of on the grungier side. It is somewhat directional, so we're going to see how this pans out and how we might address that, or maybe we don't even really care that much because it is so dark, and we're going to then eventually embellish them. We might not embellish, I'm just going to give you something to do. So the goal is to, out of one sheet of paper, to be able to make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 pockets that you can attach into your journals. So let's get to it. We need to cut. And then I'll go over the cuts. So I hate this scoreboard, this cupboard, but I can't reach my other one. Should I start on this one? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's just see what happens with this. All right, so I need to cut. So this is a 12 by 12, right? That's the branding strip. It's one of those you pull out. There's no branding strip, so it's from a paper pad. The pad, I lost the cover a long time ago. So let's see if I can get this to give me the measurements that we need. So what we're going to need to do, I think, for directional, right, is we need to cut on the long side. So we need to be able to read it this way, right? So the directionality is up and down this way, left to right. So if I were to look at it, I have to turn my head, and this is going to be where we're going to cut first across this 12-inch. So what I want to do is I want to cut to 2 inches. Okay, so I want to cut 2. Okay, and then I want to cut 2. Now, I'm trying to make pockets. If 2 is not deep enough for you, that's okay. You could probably, figure out how to adjust it. I'm not sure. You can make it a 4 and you would have less pockets. So we'll talk about that. So we have 2 this way, right? Then what I want to do is I want to turn it back to the long side, right, on this side, and I want to cut it at 4. Okay, I'm going to cut it at 4. Okay, and that's going to be right there. Sorry, something's in my teeth. I'm also looking at my cheat sheet. Alright, and so now we have something that is 8 by 8. Okay, so now I'm looking at the directionality again, right? And I want to cut another 4. So another 4 here. Okay. So we have 2 like this. So we've got 2 that the directionality is going with the long, right? That are 2 by 12s. We have 2 that are 4 by 8s. The directionality is going up and down. And then with this one, the direction is going up and down here. I'm going to turn it. Right? Yeah, I could turn it like this. and I'm gonna do 2, 2, and 2. So 2, 2, and 2. Okay. Now again, I don't mind a shallow pocket, right? So that's what I'm talking about. All right, so here's my board. This is a 12 by 12 grid, right? So let's put this paper back together. So we had 2-inch strip all the way across. My directionality is this way. So it actually worked out well. So this one is the directionality. Well, they're not matching up because I'm not paying attention to where they go. Like that. Okay. So we did 2 inches, then we did 2 inches. Then we turned it so the directionality would be like this. So we had an 8 by 12. We cut off 4 inches directionality. And then we could cut off another 4 inches like that. And then we take this last one and we can cut off like that. That's even simpler, guys. Right? So cut off 2 inches off the 12, then cut off 4 this way, and then take that and cut it up at 2. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pockets, but really 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to show you how. So the first up is these guys. So these guys are very simple, just the pockets that you would place and glue on there. So you may just need to do a little notch. So let's do that. I'm just going to get a 2-inch and I'm going to, let's see here. I don't want to go too deep. So I'm just trying to find where it makes sense for me. I'm trying to center it in my brain. Just a little notch. I am so off. So I'm going to have to make it a little bigger. Nope. Do as I say, not as I do. Center it, guys. All right. That's a little better. That said, I want them to all be the same. Right? So there we go. So once I got it kind of where I wanted it, let's see if this will punch through 3. Okay. Ooh, chacho papa. All right, yeah. So we have 4 pockets. Boom, already. Mask making. Okay, where's my trash can? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have 4 pockets, right? We just put some glue, bound. Now this one, right? We're like, well, what is this? Well, this one is actually going to be one that we're going to need to fold in half. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half to make a hot dog. I'm going to fold it on the hot dog. Okay. All right. And actually this one as well, we're going to fold on the hot dog. And so now we have 2 that look like this, right? So we have a closed side and we have an open side. On the open side, we're going to make a notch. Try to center, which you know I'm not the best at. Okay, that's not so bad. And we're going to match because I want them to match because why? I don't know why. Okay, so a little sting. We're going to do this. And okay. So now you actually have 2 pockets or tucks. So how would this work? Well, if you have a journal, I'm looking for something I could use to show you. Let's see here. Here. So this was your journal, right? And of course, this would go like this on the edge. Glue it there, glue it there. You have a pocket, and you have a pocket on the other side. Okay, this is 8-inch. Most journals will be somewhere around that, right? So this is a safe bet that you could make these, and they would work with most of the journals that you're working on, right? So here we go. 2 more. 4, because there's a pocket on each side, right? And then with these guys, we're going to now fold them as well, but this way. Okay. And that, and then we're going to fold this one as well, like this. Okay. And then with these, we're going to look for the directionality, and we're going to make a notch here. Ooh-cha. Oh, my hands, my poor hands. Okay, and then we're gonna, again, just because, do that. Okay, there we go. So you now have two pockets, because for this one, what we're gonna do is, here's your journal. It's gonna be a wraparound. So you're gonna put glue and glue, and you have a pocket on this side and on the back, and then glue and glue, and you're gonna have a pocket on this side, right? Now, if by any chance the pocket is too long, because this is 6 inches and maybe your journal is 5 or 4, whatever, if you have tabs, right, or if you wanted to have a version of tabs, right, you could glue it to the seam, the center, and then use this and glue this down and make this like a little tab. Otherwise, you know, figure out how deep you have to go before you do the notch, and you have wraparound. So technically you have, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bam! 12. So a 1-sheet wonder plan. Okay? So let's do it again. You want to do it again? I need some for the other journals types, so I'm going to do it again. So I have now some pockets, right? And I could sit here and I could easily take 4 or 5 sheets of paper, take them out that go with the vibe that I'm thinking of. Of course, I wouldn't use double-sided if I could avoid it, because honestly, it's going to get glued on to the back. So that's what I'm just saying. So now we're going to do it again. We're going to do it with this one. Now there's no directionality in this one, so we're just going to do it. So let's open up this guy again. Let's see how fast this actually can be done. So let's see. Okay, 2 inches. See, I was being quiet to see how much I could concentrate. Okay, so we got our 4 individual little pockets here. 1, 2, 3. Where's the other one? Where's she be? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Okay, there she goes. Okay. All right. So we're going to make our little notch. Or you don't have to make a notch if a notch is not your thing. I'm not going to stress if it's not in the center. You know what? On purpose, let's make it over here. Because why not? Alright, so we got 4 pockets there. We take this one, fold it in half for our wraparounds. Same thing, you're just going to punch it wherever. Right there. Wrap around. Okay, and then the tall ones we're gonna fold in half. Am I still on the screen? Sorry, I have to double check because I'm just flying. We're gonna fold that like that, and we're going to fold that like there. Okay, so we're gonna do our little notch, and notch. And there we go. We got it done. So we're gonna have 2 pockets a wrap around, 2 pockets a wrap around, 2 pockets a edge round, 2 pockets a edge around, and then 4 that you can just glue on wherever. Okay. So 12 pockets out of one 12 by 12 piece of paper. Cool. Okay, now that's it. I made 24 pockets. So I would say my mask make is good, but I think I will do a layout of the cutting, a cutting guide, I guess. I'll put it up on my Ko-fi for free, of course, so you can go and check that out if you want to have a principle to follow. But here's my thing. Is the standard pocket 2 inches? Maybe not. Some people like other measurements, right? So can we do one for another size, right? So that's the question. The question is that, do we have a way to make it where we don't lose anything and we don't combo like 2 different types of pockets? I don't know. Do I want to do some math on that? Let me see. Wow, this video has been super short. Let's see. I am not sure. So, let's see. Well, this was written on. Where's the other one that I messed up? This one. This is the one that I've been messing up, like, for sure, for sure. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to do some math. If it works out, then I will definitely be able to do it. So this will probably be fast forwarded. So if we do 3 and 3, this is going to be 6. So we do 3, 6, 6 and 8. This is going to be 8. So we're going to do right. So this is 6 by 4. So we need all right, so I sped through that processing, but we can actually get 8 pockets out of one sheet. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna grab anything that I can use here. Let's see, something fun. Oh, let's do this. Let's do some wood. Okay. So in my brain, wood does have directionality, which is that to me, for some reason, I feel like it's going this way, but I don't think it really does. So let's try and just do it, and it comes out however it comes out because wood is organic. Okay, so we need to cut 3 inches. So we're gonna have a 3-inch deep pocket with this one. So we cut 3 inches, right, off like we did the last time. We're gonna cut 3 inches again. So these will be our wraparound pockets, the ones shallow. Then we have, this is 6 by 12. We're going to turn it. We're going to do 6 by 8. Okay, so 6 by 8. Okay, and that's going to give us wrap around the thing. Now we have a 4 by 6. So is this 4? Should be 4. Yeah, 4. Why does it feel short? No, it's 4. And so that's the 4 side. We're going to go to the 6 and we're going to cut it into 3 and 3. So there we go. All right. So let's visualize this again. So we have a 3-inch, a 3-inch. Once we get rid of that, we have a piece of paper that looks like this, right? So we're going to cut off 8 inches, and then we're going to take this and split it 3 and 3 in half. And so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pockets, right? These two are simple, right? You're just going to need a little like that. We got 2 pockets right there. This one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wrap this around, so we're just going to fold it in half. Okay, and then we're going to put a little notch right there. All right, so we got a notch right there. And then these we're going to fold in half. Okay, there we go, 8 pockets. So we got our wraparounds, right, on the edge and around the bottoms, and then we have our free floating. So we've got 8 pockets technically, because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's do it again for a 3-inch deep pocket. Oh, things are falling. All right, let's grab one more piece of paper. Let's see, let's get something cutesy. Cutesy, what is this? No. Oh, I like that. Okay, almost. Okay, here we go. We're gonna use some lattice, some cutesy lattice. All right. So we're going to open her up. We're gonna cut it the full length down by 3. Okay. Push it down. We're gonna cut another 3. Okay. Then we're going to need to cut 8. And then this, that is 4 inches by 6, we're going to turn and we're going to cut it 3. So we have a 3 and 3 inch piece. And that's it. We're done. So again, let's look at it. We're going to have 3 inches, 3 inches. Then we have our 6 inches, right? 6 inches by 12. We're going to do 6 inches by 8. Then the 4 by 6, we're going to cut in half, and we have our pockets. So let's put some notches into our pockets. And again, you can just decorate them however, right? So this one we're going to fold. Now I like to get some alternatives. As I was processing, maybe you want something even deeper on one side and something less on the other side. You can make this a little shallower and make it more of a tuck than an actual pocket, depending upon what your elements are. Like, so for example, if I know that I want to put inside here like a little matchbook kind of notepad-y thing, I may want the pocket to be a little deeper so that way it can hold it better. And on the other side, I can make it a tuck by gluing down on the edge, and then I could put a tag or something more light. So things to consider. Once before you fold it, you know, you can fold them and get other results. Okay, so we got there, right? And then we know it's like this. We want on the open side, we're going to, there we go. And then these, we're going to fold like this. Okay. 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 There we go. And here we go. So, wow, some mass make one sheet wonder pockets. Cool, no? Anyway, yeah, so I will do, there will be layout sheets or how to cut it guides, I guess, cutting guides on my shop. So again, we have 4 pockets because we have 1 on each side of paper, right? 4 pockets. We have 2 pockets, 1 on each side of the paper. And then, so that's 6, 7, 8 on there. So guys, we've made 40 pockets today. So this 8 plus the other 8 plus the 12 from earlier. So I think we had a very successful mass make. Look what we did in 24 minutes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you're new, please consider subscribing. If you're old, old diehard that's been with me, then not an old person. Just like, our past and our history is old and long standing. Thank you so much for coming back. Keep coming back if you will. Either case, both of you, liking and commenting would always be appreciated. Let me know what you thought of this. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say. So until next time, I will see you later. Ciao, ciao. Bye.